Ray here today at FitWorkz. I am the owner of FitWorkz, hybrid training gym, sports performance facility. I'm the author of the book Eat by Color. I've had an opportunity over the last 15 years to train over 1,000 athletes in traditional sports, baseball, basketball, football, soccer, volleyball, track, cross country, etc. Probably trained dozens, maybe hundreds of physique athletes at some level. Talking today about injuries. First and foremost, if you are a physique competitor, so you do bodybuilding, figure, physique, bikini, any combination thereof, or maybe you do powerlifting, CrossFit, or strongman, you are an athlete. You may not fit the mold of the traditional sport and traditional athlete, but you are actually an athlete, regardless of what society says, regardless of what family and friends say, and you need to treat yourself as such. So when we look at injuries, first and foremost, you can't train if you're injured. So the most important thing you can do is avoid injury, and one of the ways to do that training-wise is make sure your training's balanced. Many injuries come when we have an imbalance about a joint, and usually the body will ask politely a few times for a break or some rest, and if you ignore that nagging injury or that ache that doesn't seem to go away, you usually end up with an injury. What does that look like in the training world? If you're doing tons of pressing this way, not a lot of pulling this way, you're going to have an imbalance. You're probably going to develop a shoulder issue. So rule number one, don't get hurt. Two, God forbid you do get hurt. If you go to the doctor, it's severe enough to go seek medical treatment advice, etc. Ask, say, hey doc, what are the top 3 things I cannot do right now? And a doctor, will very readily say, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. If you have to go to physical therapy, ask the therapist that same question. Follow both of those questions up with, what are the 3 things I must do? Doc, what 3 things can I do on my own, or should I be doing on my own, so that I can recover as fast as possible? Be your own best advocate. Ask a lot of questions. Don't be afraid to do that. The next thing we need to look at is sleep and its impact on recovery. If you've got an injury, you need to take some time off. You need to rest. You need to recover. You need to make sure you're not shorting yourself on sleep. Turn the computer off, turn the mobile device off, turn the video game off, get some extra sleep. Supplements play a role. Don't change your supplements because you're injured. Don't change your nutrition because you're injured. Just like when you're trying to lean out, maintain muscle mass, just like when you're trying to gain muscle mass, just like when you're trying to get stronger, nutrition is going to be king for results. It once again is going to be king with recovery. Same thing with supplements. Quality supplements are going to help you recover faster than if you didn't take supplements at all. Now remember, I said quality supplements, and most of them out there are junk. So if you're taking a junk product, you probably don't need to take it anyways to save your money. The other thing is, a lot of times we see athletes that say, well, I have an injury. I've got one side of my body, upper body, is immobilized. Maybe I can't use my elbow. Maybe I can't use my shoulder. You can train the other side. There will be crossover from that side to the other side. You can also train legs. There may be some leg exercises that are unsafe. You may have to train on machines only, but get in there and continue to train. Maybe you've got a knee injury. Maybe you've had an ACL repaired. You may not be able to train legs. You may not be able to train legs at all. Go ahead and train the upper body, but again, make sure you're asking that question to the doctor. Make sure you're asking the physical therapist, hey, what are the top 3 things I can't do? What are the top 3 things I should do? And those are things that you can do to make sure that you recover in as short amount of time as possible. Injuries are going to happen. It's part of sport. If you're a physique competitor, bodybuilding, figure, fitness, bikini, powerlifting, CrossFit, strongman, you too are an athlete, and you have to treat yourself as if you were an athlete, just like you would any other sport. Ray from FitWorkz and Eat by Color.